Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. Welcome to SWA Education, myself Radha. And today we are going to practice certain questions on the topic that is protein. And we already practiced questions on carbohydrate. And this topic is mainly from food chemistry unit. So the first question is, the molecule that yield amino acid upon hydrolysis are known as. So when there is a hydrolysis of protein, they yield amino acid, because amino acid link together by the help of peptide bond and make a chain of polypeptide, that is protein chain. And when there is a hydrolysis of peptide bond, by the elimination of water, there is the formation of amino acid. So the molecule that yield amino acid upon hydrolysis are known as protein. So protein hydrolysis aim to break down the peptide bond that join two amino acid together. And protein hydrolysis lead to the formation of amino acid when heated will decompose into carbon dioxide and ammonia. So this is the polypeptide chain, and when there is a breakdown of peptide bond because of protein hydrolysis, there is a formation of amino acid. So protein hydrolysis leads to amino acid. Next one, dash of a protein molecule may range from 2 to several thousand. So amino acid of protein molecule may range from 2 to several thousand. So human body use just 21 amino acid to make all the protein it need to function and grow. Because amino acid can be arranged in many different combinations, it is possible for your body to make thousands of different kind of protein from just the same 21 amino acid. How? By the arrangement of side chain group. Next one, protein molecule contain. So this is the structure of amino acid, basic structure of amino acid, that consists of amino group, carboxyl group, hydrogen bond and side chain. So protein molecule contains carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, so all of the above. So protein consists of atoms such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen, and these atoms bond to form molecule, and the molecule fit together to form the protein subunit, which is called amino acid. Peptide bond are joined to amino acid to form a polypeptide chain. Next one, protein are the basis for the major structural component of. So protein are the basis for major structural component of animal tissue. So third one is correct. Protein are vital for life and are the major structural component of animal tissue. Animal tissue like skin, muscle, feather, tendon, eggs. In addition, protein are also involved in biochemical, for example enzymes, immunological, for example immunoglobulin, transportational, for example lipoprotein. Protein provide energy when needed. Many of the structure in animal tissue like muscles, metabolical reaction like enzymes and protein, because enzyme and protein are also proteinaceous in nature, so they are catalyzed by protein. So protein synthesis is essential for maintaining life process. So protein are the basis for the major structural component of animal tissue. Next one, protein which gives single amino acid upon hydrolysis is called simple protein. Simple protein which is in blood is. So one of the following simple protein present in the blood is serum albumin. Next one. Which of the following protein is globular? So it's albumin. Next one. Nucleoprotein of conjugated protein contain following except. So nucleoprotein of conjugated protein contain following like nucleic acid, nitrogen, phosphorus except HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. Protein that combine with amino sugar acid and present in saliva. Dash of the milk is a phosphoprotein. So protein that present in milk is basically casein protein. Following statement about protein structure is true or false. Protein structure depend upon the spatial arrangement of polypeptide chain. So it's absolutely correct. Whether it is primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary or quaternary structure depend upon the arrangement of polypeptide chain. So it's true. Amino acid of protein are linked with one another through dash bond. So amino acid of protein linked together by peptide bond. Next one. Stable arrangement of amino acid residue give rise and twisted resulting in alpha helix or plated sheet is. So when we discuss about secondary structure of protein, so when there is a modification in primary structure of protein, there is a formation of secondary structure of protein that consists of alpha helix and beta sheet. And in beta sheet, hydrogen bond arranged in anti-parallel manner, that is stable beta sheet. So alpha helix or plated sheet is a secondary structure of protein. Next one. Amino acid sequence of protein in a polypeptide chain is known as. So amino acid linked together by the help of peptide bond, and the linear sequence of amino acid sequence of protein in a polypeptide chain is called primary structure of protein. So this is the primary protein structure, and when there is a modification in primary structure of protein, there is a formation of secondary protein structure. Secondary protein structure consists of alpha helix, that can be left-handed or right-handed alpha helix, and beta plated sheet. And when there is a modification in secondary structure, there is a formation of tertiary protein structure, and after modification of tertiary protein structure, there is a formation of quaternary protein structure. Which of the following protein are also known as scleroprotein? So fibrous protein also known as scleroproteins. Next one. Which of the following is an example of defense protein? Dehydrogenase, myoglobin, hemoglobin or immunoglobulin. So immunoglobulin act as a defensive mechanism in the body of an individual. So immunoglobulin is the example of defense protein. Next one. Which of the following is the example of storage protein? Dehydrogenase, myoglobin, hemoglobin or immunoglobulin. So it's myoglobin. So myoglobin is the example of storage protein because it stores a molecule of oxygen. Next one. Which of the following is the example of transport protein? So it's hemoglobin. Hemoglobin bind to 4 molecule of oxygen that form 4HbO2 and transport this oxygen molecule to the different part of the body, or we can say needy part of the body. So transport protein is hemoglobin. Next one is match the following. So fibrous protein, example of it is keratin. Globular protein, it's albumin. Primary protein, it's metaprotein, and secondary protein, it's peptone. Next one, which of the following protein are coagulated by the heat? Albumin, globulin, glutenin, or all of the above. So all these three protein can be coagulated by the help of heat, so all of the above. Which of the following are soluble in neutral salt solution? So it's none of the above. Next one, which of the following statement for fibrous protein is not true? Fibrous protein are insoluble, so it's correct. They have high molecular weight, it's also correct. Their peptide chain is coiled form, so it's incorrect. Their axial ratio is more than 10, it is also correct. So it's third one. Next one, which type of protein are also known as denatured protein? Primary protein, secondary protein, conjugated protein, or none of the above. So primary protein also known as denatured protein. And fibrous protein is also known as scleroprotein. Scleroprotein. Next one, ceruloplasmin protein carry which metal? So this protein mainly carry copper as a metal. The secondary structure of protein is held together by which type of bonding? Secondary structure of protein means alpha helix and beta sheet. For example, this is the amino acid, this is second one, third one, fourth one, and fifth one. So hydrogen bond formed in alpha helix between first amino acid and fifth amino acid. So it formed between. So this is hydrogen bond. So secondary structure of protein is held together by which type of bonding? It's hydrogen bonding. High density lipoprotein. High density lipoprotein means HDL. Is an example of which kind of protein? So it conjugated protein. Which type of prosthetic group is present in nucleoprotein? So nucleic acid that consists of DNA, RNA, protein. So which type of prosthetic group is present in nucleoprotein? So it's nucleic acid. Next one, dash is used for sequencing of peptide, X-ray crystallography, spectrophotometry, NMR spectroscopy, or mass spectroscopy. So mass spectroscopy is mainly used for peptide sequencing. Next one, which of the following is true regarding the solubility of amino acid? Amino acid mostly soluble in water and insoluble in organic solvent. They are only water soluble. They are only soluble in organic solvent, mostly soluble in organic solvent, and insoluble in water. So amino acid is mostly soluble in water and insoluble in organic solvent. So it's first one. In general, amino acids are soluble in water but insoluble in non-polar organic solvent. Non-polar means hydrophobic. Hydrophobic. So amino acids are soluble in water but insoluble in non-polar organic solvent, for example like hydrocarbon. This reflects the presence of Zwitter ion once more and the strong ionic interaction between polar water molecule and the Zwitter ion in water replace the ionic attraction between the ion in the solid amino acid. Polar water molecule means hydrophilic. Next one. Which of the following essential amino acid is not synthesized by the body? Essential amino acid means the body does not produce essential amino acid. These amino acid are essential by the consumption of food to our body. So as a result, they must be obtained through the consumption of food. Histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan and valine. These are 9 essential amino acids. So which of the following essential amino acid is not synthesized by the body? It's histidine. Next one. From which of the following component amino acid are generally synthesized? So it's alpha-ketoglutarate acid. Glutamate, glutamine, proline and arginine are ketoglutarates. Alpha-keto acid are used to make most amino acid which are then transmitted from another amino acid, usually glutamate. And which enzyme is used in this process? Aminotransferase. Next one. Amino acid with the non-polar aliphatic R group are. So amino acid containing aliphatic R group that are non-polar or hydrophobic. So it's glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine and proline. The R group in hydrocarbon are non-polar or we can say hydrophobic. So non-polar aliphatic R group are glycine, alanine and leucine. It's first one. Amino acid with aromatic side chain are. So when a side chain has an aromatic ring like benzene ring, it is aromatic. The number of electrons enclosed within the ring is the formal definition. So amino acid with aromatic side chain are tryptophan, tyrosine, phenylalanine. This is single code letter for all these aromatic amino acid. So tryptophan, tyrosine and phenylalanine. Phenylalanine is represented by F, tryptophan represented by W and tyrosine represented by Y. Which of the following amino acid yield acetyl coenzyme A during catabolism? So it's ketogenic amino acid. Amino acid catabolism begins at metabolic entry site. Ketogenic amino acid are those that create acetyl coenzyme. So it's leucine, lysine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan and isoleucine are among them. Which of the following is a true statement? Tryptophan and tyrosine are significantly more polar than phenylalanine. Leucine is commonly used as an ingredient in the buffer of SDS page. Aspartate is an essential amino acid. Lysine is non-essential amino acid. So tryptophan and tyrosine are significantly more polar or we can say more hydrophilic as comparison to phenylalanine. This is correct statement. Because of tyrosine hydroxyl group and the nitrogen of tryptophan indole ring. So indole ring present in tryptophan, that is aromatic amino acid. So this is important. Tryptophan and tyrosine are more polar than phenylalanine. Next one. Out of these, which one is non-essential amino acid? So alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamic acid, glutamine, glycine, proline, serine, tyrosine. These are the example of non-essential amino acid. So serine is non-essential amino acid. This is non-essential amino acid. Which of the following is an example of amino acid where amino group is present? So it is very important that proline is an example of amino acid, not amino acid, it's amino acid. Any molecule with both imine and carboxyl functional group is called amino acid. Next one, which of the following amino acid is both glucogenic and ketogenic in nature? So as an energy source, isoleucine produce both glucose and ketone bodies. So it's glucogenic because it produces glucose and ketogenic because produce ketone bodies. During catabolism, or we can say during breakdown, pyruvate metabolite, pyruvate, that is the end product of glycolysis process, pyruvate metabolites are generated in the case of glycogenic amino acid, and acetoacetyl coenzyme is created in the case of ketogenic amino acid. So it's isoleucine. Next one, which of the following is true in case of an amino acid that yield acetoacetyl coenzyme during the catabolism of its carbon skeleton? So it's ketogenic in nature, that's why it yield acetoacetyl coenzyme A. Because during catabolism, pyruvate metabolite are generated in case of glycogenic amino acid. Glycogenic amino acid. But during ketogenic, acetoacetyl coenzyme is created. So which of the following is true in case of amino acid that yield acetoacetyl coenzyme? So it's ketogenic in nature. Next one, among the 20 standard protein which are coding amino acid, which of the following occur at least number of times in protein? So it's tryptophan. Which of these is the first amino acid in a polypeptide chain? So methionine, because it's a start codon. So codon AUG, this is methionine. So codon AUG, often known as the start codon, specify the amino acid methionine. As a result, during protein synthesis, methionine is the first amino acid to dock in the ribosome. But methionine is the first amino acid in case of eukaryotes, and in case of prokaryotes, first amino acid is formyl methionine, because formyl group is also present there. So it's formyl methionine in case of prokaryotes and methionine in case of eukaryotes. Which of the following are sulfur containing amino acid? So both cysteine and methionine consist of sulfur in their structure. So cysteine and methionine are sulfur containing amino acid. Next one, which of the following are positively charged basic amino acid? Positively charged. So basic amino acid are positively charged basic amino acid, and example of basic amino acid are histidine, arginine and lysine, HRK. These are basic amino acid. So histidine, arginine and lysine. So it's lysine and arginine, first one. So 5 of 20 most often used amino acid have a charged side chain. Positive side chain or basic amino acid are HRK, histidine, arginine and lysine. and glutamate and aspartate, that is D and E. D represented for glutamate and for aspartate it's E. For aspartic acid it's D and for glutamic acid it's E. So aspartic acid and glutamic acid, these are acidic amino acid, are negatively charged. Lysine, arginine, histidine are positively charged. These are basic amino acid. So basic amino acid positively charged at pH 7 and acidic amino acid, these are negatively charged. Example of basic amino acid are histidine, arginine, lysine, and acidic amino acid aspartate and glutamate. So thank you so much everyone. If you find this video beneficial for you, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel for more such kind of videos. And if you have any query regarding this lecture, you can comment down below. Thank you so much.